In this video, we're going to talk about indecision. At this point, you should already know how to read candlesticks, and you should have a good understanding of price action and how to read it. However, I've only briefly talked about indecision. Indecision is one of the most important types of candles you will see on your chart, and they come in many different forms. I call these candles indecision candles because that is what they are. Indecision means a reluctance or inability to make up one's mind. This is exactly what an indecision candle is, when price is undecided and it cannot move either up or down. I've already explained that you need to stop thinking about candles as patterns, and you need to start thinking about the price behind the candle's story. So when price is undecided, when buyers and sellers are locked in a tight struggle, that is indecision. That is the candle's story. Take a look at this candle. It should look familiar to you. This candle is one of the best forms of indecision. When you want to enter a reversal trade, this is usually the kind of candle that gets you into that trade. It is almost picture perfect. Why? Well, price is in a strong bearish trend. Sellers are in complete control for several candles heading down. Then, this candle comes along. Sellers push down to here, and all of a sudden, they get countered by buyers. At the end of this candle's life, buyers gain control and push price up. This is pretty easy to read. But what does it mean? Well, candlesticks like this one are great for reversal trades because they show strong indecision in a trend. When price goes from moving strongly in one direction and then stalls all of a sudden, that is indecision. The candle does not tell us that a reversal is surely coming, but it does suggest that price is stalling and it may reverse. And you have a stronger chance of seeing a reversal after a candle like this one than you do after a candle like this one. Now on its own, this candle is not really a great looking candle. It's not as good as the previous example when it comes to reversals. However, this is still clearly telling us that price is undecided and that there is a struggle between buyers and sellers. So this is still indecision. Let's read this candle story and try to understand what's happening here. We start with a strong bearish trend. Sellers are in complete control. Then we see this candle. It has a long lower wick, but the body is still large and bearish. So what does this tell us? This candle started by sellers pushing down. Then towards the end of this candle's life, buyers fought back. Buyers were able to push this candle back up significantly. This may not be perfect indecision, but it is indecision. What about this next candle here? Well, in this candle, buyers continued to push up. But by the end of this candle's life, it got countered by sellers. These two candles both indicate indecision. One candle shows us that sellers struggled to move lower. The other shows us that buyers struggled to move higher. Now, what if I told you that these two candles together are actually almost exactly the same as the previous example I showed you? Do you believe me? Well, let's hop up to the 12-hour time frame. See what I mean? Pure indecision. Almost as good as the first example. So indecision happens a lot on your charts. Sometimes it's easy to see it, sometimes it's hard to see it, and sometimes all you need to do is switch timeframes to see it clearly. Now I could show you 100 different examples of indecision with these screenshots, but nothing is really going to compare to seeing it on a live chart. So let's switch over to a live chart and I'll show you a huge variety of indecision candles so you can really start to understand what indecision is and how to spot it.